I'm Savannah, and today I'm going to be teaching you about manual restraints. This is my horse Bo and my handler Hayden. The first manual restraint that we're going to talk about is the halter and the lead rope. The halter and lead rope should be on whenever you handle your horse, whether you're taking off blankets, putting them on the cross ties, or brushing them. You also want to use your halter and lead rope to lead your horse. The next manual restraint we're going to talk about is a verbal restraint. That's when you say a word like no or hey to your horse when they're acting bad, and they don't necessarily need a punishment, but they need to pay attention to you. Now we're going to talk about putting the chain over the horse's nose. For this, you're going to use a lead chain, or sometimes called a stud chain. You're going to start by putting it through the ring on the left side of the halter. You want to wrap the chain one time over the nose piece so that it doesn't slip down. And then you want to bring it up to the top ring and clip so that the trigger is away from the horse's face so that it can't hurt them. The chain over the nose you want to use when you're leading a horse or holding a horse if they're acting bad and the regular lead rope is not enough. You never want to tie a horse up with the stud chain on because they can pull back and hurt themselves. The next manual restraint that we're going to talk about is the lip chain. You want to make sure that you don't ever lead the horse with the lip chain because it's more severe than the chain over the nose. You're going to use the lip chain when you hold the horse for the vet or the farrier, or while you're clipping them or giving them an injection, anything where they need to stand still and quiet. Now I'm going to demonstrate the lip chain. You're going to run it through the left side of the halter, the ring. You don't want to wrap it around the nose piece this time. You're going to run it through the right side of the halter and up to the top with the trigger facing out so that it doesn't injure the horse. Now it's very important that when you put the lip chain on, it's not twisted. So you're going to want to lift up the horse's nose, make sure that the chain is not twisted, and then pull straight down. You never want to pull up or to the side. You want to pull straight down so that the pressure stays on the horse's gums, but isn't severe enough to hurt them. Make sure to keep even, steady pressure down on the lip chain. Never jerk or tug the horse, as that can be too severe on the horse's gums. You don't want to leave the lip chain on for very long, maybe 15 minutes at most, so that you don't cut off the circulation to your horse's gums. Now we're going to talk about the lip twine. This basically is the same as the lip chain, but it's thinner, and so it is more severe. The lip twine is really good to have in your barn because everyone has hay string, so it's an easy manual restraint. To demonstrate applying the lip twine. First, you're going to go over to the right side of your horse and tie a knot in this ring of the halter with the lip twine. Next, you're going to come around and string your twine through the left side of your halter and have your handler hold it. You're going to bring it down just like you do the lip chain, put it on their gums, and pull straight down. Just like with the lip chain, you don't want to jerk or tug this, you want to pull straight down, and you never want to tie your horse up while they have the lip twine on. You always want to be holding it. You can use it for the same things like an injection or holding for the vet or the farrier. The next manual restraint that we're going to talk about is the twitch. Here I have a rope twitch and a humane twitch. We use the rope twitch here at William Woods, and you always want to make sure you have a handler with you when you use a rope twitch and that they're standing on the same side as you. Now I'm going to demonstrate how you use the rope twitch. First, you're going to want to make sure that your horse has a halter and lead rope on and your handler is on the same side as you. Next, you're going to hold your twitch with your left hand in the rope and a finger out so that it doesn't slip down over your wrist, making it easier to get it on your horse. You want to grab your horse's nose, apply the rope over the horse's nose, and then twist. The horses don't really like this at first, but eventually they give in to the pressure. To undo a twitch, you just want to quickly bring it off, get it off the horse's nose. You don't want to leave your twitch on for more than 10 to 12 minutes because after that the brain will stop releasing endorphins, and instead of being distracting, the twitch will be causing the horse pain. They can blow up and act out when they're in pain. You never want to let go of the twitch because if you do, the horse can fling its head around and then the long wooden stick can injure your handler. Now we're going to talk about the shoulder roll. The shoulder roll is a good manual restraint to use when you just need the horse to stay still for a second. What you're going to do is right above the horse's shoulder, you're going to grab a chunk of your skin and roll it up. The horse should lean away from you and become kind of tranquil. When you let go, the horse will come right back to normal. When you're doing a shoulder roll, you want to make sure that your handler is standing on the same side and is in charge of the horse's head. Now we are going to talk about the leg lift. You want to make sure your handler is on the same side as you when you do a leg lift, and you never want to pick up a back leg because they can kick you or walk out of it. You want to pick up the same side front leg as the back leg that you're working on, and if you're working on a front leg, you want to pick up the other front leg. So for example, if the vet is working on the back left leg, then you want to pick up the front left leg. Now we're going to demonstrate the leg lift. So you want to pick up the horse's leg and bring it up as high as you can and their foot kind of out to the side so that they can't move their leg. Hold it close to your body so they can't kick you, and then when you're done, drop it and step away. Now we're going to talk about the ear twitch. We don't use this manual restraint at William Woods because it can cause loss of hearing in the ear or the ear to become deformed. But what they do is hold on to the ear, squeeze it, and kind of pull down, and that puts the horse's head down, which can be used to clip them or braid them or really do anything around the top of their head. Now we're going to talk about chemical restraints. One important thing to remember with chemical restraints is that if your horse is already worked up, they won't work. The horses will burn through them fast and the chemicals will not be effective. Chemical restraints most commonly used are ACE, Rompum, and Democidin. ACE and Rompum you want to give 1 to 4 cc's IV or IM, and Democidin is 1/4 to 1/2 cc, and that's only given IV. You don't want to give Rompum if your horse is getting shod or having vet work because they can kick. Manual restraints are a great way to keep control of your horse. Make sure that your handler and you are practicing all the safety precautions and are ready and willing to step in if something goes wrong.